Hello, this is Victor from RestoreYourMercedes.com. Today is just a quick demonstration of why non-ASR throttle bodies have different symptoms of failures versus ASR units. Now, as we know, non-ASR throttle bodies, the linkage itself is mechanical. As you can see it, I can move the linkage up and down. Whereas the ASR unit, for example, let's take this one. Say this is an ASR unit. If I move the linkage, nothing happens until I press more than half away. Whereas ASR unit, as you can see it, throttle plate reacts as soon as I move the linkage. Now, the only thing that non-ASR unit has, the way the controls are, is it only controls idle and cruise control. The rest is basically controlled by mechanical opening of the throttle. So when the engine is warming up and AC is on, air conditioner is on, extra like headlights are on, or the heater is on, the defroster is on, it draws more power, so the throttle opens up a little more. The engine compensates for extra load. Same for the idle, depending on the engine temperature, throttle plate opens and closes accordingly. So if you see, if I press on this plate, it opens pretty easily when it's not energized. And the funny thing is I can also press in. As you can see, I can press in to completely close the throttle, so there will be no gaps to supply air to the engine. As you can see, I can move it all the way. That's fully closed. Now usually when throttle plate body fails, the non-ASR unit fails, what happens with it is that the plate is just left alone, just as is. And therefore you have high idle, because when you energize the unit, the plate closes slightly more to, it kind of stays almost there, but like every little bit of closure helps to keep idle down. And also the computer knows what position the throttle is, so to compensate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to energize it, and I show you. As you can hear, the same buzzing noise as with ASR units. And also, see now, if I'm going to try to move these gears to get it off idle, they go back to keep the plate in the position it has to be, the throttle plate. Now, on the other hand, throttle plate still moves. It opens because I can open it, as you can see it. No resistance. But when it's energized, I cannot close it. It keeps the position with the step motor, as you can see it. So it keeps the position of the throttle according to the load and engine temperature to keep idle in check. And you can see a little check, a little stoppy here. I can open it, but I cannot close it, because this is the idle control unit. And that's basically it. With this unit, it's still mechanically actuated. As you can see it, I move it up and down. And when it calls for cruise control, it will open and close it. And it will also control the idle, so it will keep the throttle plate at a certain position to give you the idle that the engine needs to be at, around 650, well 750 maybe when it warms up, and then it goes down to 650. And if this throttle does not work, you will get car to run, but idle will be high, and it's gonna be like a neutral drop when you put in gear, because you have high idle. Cruise control, of course, will not work, because when the power is off, this plate can be closed more, and as you can see, gears are free spinning now. So that's what happens in limp mode on a non-ASR unit. Butterfly will still, it will look like nothing happens, everything seems to be alright, but in reality, the idle speed control circuit does not work, because gears are free spinning and it will not keep the plate where it has to be. Now this particular unit came all the way from Australia. So here we're doing a proactive repair. As you can see, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the wires are already starting to go. There's like cracks in there. Let's see if maybe I can do a little better shot here like that. No. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm trying my best. You can see some cracks out there. So basically, very soon, these wires will disintegrate. And they will be pretty much gone. As you can see, this other wire right there, right down in there, is a crack. Once I pull this board out, it's gonna crack all over the place. I feel it, because these wires are always good, because these are Teflon. As you can see, wires crack behind there. So this is gonna go fairly soon. So I'd rather replace these wires now, so customer will not have to get another cruise control module, an idle speed control module, which is I have right here. As you can see, this unit is connected to my homemade rig here, and here's what you will be looking at. Non-ASR units. This is of the C class. So you got this TLLR. This is your cruise control and idle speed control. So this unit controls your throttle body. Now on the newer cars, like I say 96 S320, this is the unit you will find, non-ASR unit. And C classes and E classes, you also will find this controller versus something that looks like this. This one is called E-gas. Okay, in S classes, well, basically S class and SL, and yeah, 8-cylinder, 3-cylinder, I mean 3-cylinder, stupid me, 8-cylinder, 12-cylinder, and 6-cylinder S classes will have this module, and might say over here instead of E-gas, it might say TLLR if the car has no ASR. But as you can see, the arrangement is a little different. But yeah, so this is what happens. Just a little bit of information what's going on, because people ask why the car still drives okay, but I just have problem with idle. And this is exactly why you have problem with idle, is because idle control circuit isn't